Hey everybody, it's June 1st and turkey season's over and now it's time to get some firewood. Today we are going to be dropping trees and dragging them out and getting ready to chunk them up and get them down to the house. Dad's up with a tractor, he's got his saw, I got my saws, and go drop some trees, drag them out, and I think that's it. Saws are sharpened, gassed and fueled up, and we are ready. Got some safety gear. The wind is blowing consistently one direction. We're gonna make sure we're safe before we drop anything. So, time to hit the woods. Getting a ride on the back of the tractor. Yeah. As you can see, there's a ton of younger growth in here, but a lot of really nice straight trees. Dad's been selectively harvesting different trees that aren't the greatest, or straightest or with knots, and clear them out of here so the other ones have room to grow. Got a pretty big canopy, so the stuff down below is going to struggle to grow right off if the canopy is nice and full like that. So the ones that aren't great, get them out of the way. These two trees here aren't the worst trees that we're going to be cutting, but the road's a little narrow right here. You can see they've been wounded on the sides from dragging things out, and that's just going to be an issue, cause rot. So he actually girdled these trees. You see the cuts already. He girdled them 2 years ago, hoping to kill them off so they would be good and seasoned and standing dead, but they're pretty hardy, these maple trees, and as you can see, still full of leaves. So we're just going to take them and drop them down. They should drop over into this opening, and then we'll remove the branches and then drag them on out with the tractor and get them ready to process up. So we went around the tree, just kind of cleaned up some areas so we're not tripping on anything. Dad's going to drop this one. It looks really good. He's dropping that way. Goes. Yeah.
I don't know how far you gotta go to girdle a tree to kill it, but
so you can see how far he had cut in 2 years ago, but he still had sapwood in here that was feeding it. You can see over here where that damage was, it was rotten, and in the tree as well is rotten right there. That's a good face cord and a half or two.
Face cord to a face cord and a quarter.
My math's not so good then.
Well, we can stack it and see, but I'm not going to bother. It could be a half.
All right. There's one. Here goes the next one. You
No,
can
it's
see how
definitely
much
going
sunlight that
uphill.
let in.
So,
This
you
one's
might as
leaning
well-
a little bit uphill.
a lot.
So we'll probably cut.
Probably take that ironwood out of there.
Yeah,
By
that
your
one
saw.
there. This one there.
Yep, because it's going to hit that and
All right.
get hung up. I'm going to put a hinge, what they call a hinge on there. You got to get the bird's mouth in this side in the direction you want it to go. So if you want it to go that way, to miss that tree, then you got to have the bird's mouth coming in here. And then when it's falling, if you put a hinge on this side, that's got to keep it coming this way. If you put a hinge on this side, which means you cut this part last, then it's going to keep
Gonna
it in
spin
this
it.
direction to help
Yep.
it go.
And I'll be set up over there
It
with
looks
that tree
real good.
keeping it from blocking, or keep it
Probably
blocking.
don't even have to hinge it because it's going to clear that.
Yeah, it's gonna go right up
but it's
through
going
there.
to hit that ironwood right
All
there.
that weight is on the right-hand side up there, sticking out, and it's gonna
Yeah.
drop right into that direction over there. So that one log right, or that one tree right here, that's close to the road.
I might even just take it right on over into there, keep it out of the road, then we can hook on to it and come up.
Right.
So that's probably what I'm going to do because
So-
it's leaning enough this way too and that way that I can put it right out in there.
Yep.
So I would say move your saw.
I'm gonna move my saw, move the stuff,
You want
and
to
move
do
over.
it or you want me to?
Get all those tripping hazards out of the way. There we go. 2 down. So here's the next tree. Another good sized maple. And if you look, it's hard to see, but if you look up above these branches right here, right in this, well, let's see if I can get there. Right there. There's where there's another branch sticking off the side and it broke and started to rot there, and it's got a split in it. And that could cause a tree to rot right in the middle, and that could cause it to break right there in a heavy wind or things like that. There's a good amount of tree down here, but there's a couple of like rotted out knots on the side and such. So it's not really a timber tree, and it's got a pretty big canopy up there, way up, that's keeping the sunlight from all these smaller ones that are coming up through. We have,
Thinning.
so we're gonna thin them out a little bit here or there. Selective harvesting.
That one down there is next. Big, huge
There's another one.
opening.
There's an opening right there in it. Just trying to keep the woods clean, clear from the defects and such, and
Good management.
yep, and keep our houses warm at the same time. And then we'll plant trees later on that'll grow up,
Well, they plant
and they
themselves.
plant themselves as well. We've got them all over the place. Little beech trees all surrounding us right here, and other maple trees, and
Take 10 more grow.
yep. So instead of clear cutting and ruining a forest, you take a piece here or there, and sometimes clear cutting helps if you're going to plant a whole bunch of trees or other stuff grow. But it's getting pretty thick in here for the deer, but in spots there's no undergrowth. So we're just little bit by little bit. There's 110 acres here, and we're not going to take everything for 2 or 3 houses of heat every year.
And the leeks are on the way out.
Yeah, the leeks are headed out.
But they still are good.
Dad spent 3 hours last night picking leeks. He's never been a big leek digger, but now all of a sudden he's a leek digger and a leek
Still very
Canner.
good and super
pickler.
healthy, medicinal for you. I won't eat that one because it's not pickled.
Right, gotta have them pickled, he says. All right, we're gonna take this tree down. Here we go.
Gonna let Jason take this one. Got the bird's mouth out. sizes up. It's leaning up the hill. Fuck it.
This is the next tree.
It's leaning hard that way.
It's completely rotten or dead.
See this? It's almost ready to break now.
It's already
super dangerous.
So
that'll do it.
It's leaning way downhill, but as it starts to go, it could snap right there. And in each moment, there's another break. Well, it looked like it in this vicinity right here. That's pretty dry rotted.
Very dangerous.
Another break right there. So
don't tell anybody I did it.
Right. I'll just say the wind blew it over. Okay, so we're gonna step over here, let him do his thing. And I don't know if you noticed, I razzed him for no hearing protection, but he's got plugs in his ears. He's doing the right thing. Running a saw. No such thing as your ears being tough. Put them on. So, cleaning up the branches. Oh, I'm gonna put this thing on a tripod just in case I gotta get out of the way. I'd rather the camera go out than take one for the team.
Very dangerous.
Yeah, it's not a good one. He's ready to run if he needs to.
Sometimes you don't have to put a bird's mouth in when you know it's going in a certain direction.
Yep. Let's go. Get out of there. Get out of there. Splitting. And boom. It's down. Whew.
Very dangerous.
Let's go see what we got. See how that tree broke and then spun.
It was so dry. There was so much weight on it that it got there before I could cut through and busted away.
Yep.
All is well, it's on the ground and super nice dry wood.
Yeah, and it's better to take it down than have it fall when somebody's walking by or something crazy like that. You never know. All right, on to the next one. We're just about in the same section still. Right there's the one that we dropped. There's an old road that came down through this way. We got one that the sun is really shining on. It's got a lot of knots up through it, all the way up through. And then this one here has the same thing going on. Bunch of knots in areas. And then we're thinking about that one right to the dad's left that is right on the edge of the roadway. It's
Yeah, it's cut right down in there nice.
it'll drop right down in, so we're gonna take these three here.
See, that hinge would have helped, but if I leave the hinge here, it might go that way.
Well, that's where I was thinking it was gonna go.
But you left
With that hinge, I was trying to.
hinge.
Yep.
Okay.
So I got my saw stuck, people. It happens sometimes, not very often. And I cut too far into the bird's mouth on this side. I thought I was away from it, but my angle was trying to leave a hinge on the top side and pull it over that way so it didn't go in the road. But Dad's gonna.
What you might want to do is set that up on the tripod. If you want to take your saw and damage it, grab it.
Right.
Pull it out.
So I'm gonna go up there, like you said, and I'm gonna try to grab, as it goes, I'm gonna pull my saw out so it doesn't bust my saw up. There we go.
Don't do this at home. Ready. Another hollow tree. That's a good toilet. That's a wilderness John.
Yeah. Hollow trees, hollow trees. All right, we got two more that we're looking at. See this here? Hollow at the base. And we got these two that are really close to each other. And on closer inspection, we got this one that's hollow and it's already splitting all the way up. As you can see, all the way up to here.
Give this one room to go.
Yep, clean that out for this other one to have more space.
And it's got a scar on it.
Yeah.
It's closing over it.
And we've been talking about doing maple syrup, which any of these trees that we're dropping, we could get syrup for a couple more years before they had a real issue, but
we gotta heat the house.
Gotta heat the house too. Try to keep everything else growing up around, and
got another 40 acres of trees, and we've been managing it very well. I've logged it twice in 15 years, and as you can see, we have plenty of growth here. Hasn't hurt it, you don't even know. We didn't leave a footprint at all.
That's right. So and if we're gonna do sap, there's a ton more trees that we can get. So 6 or 8 trees here isn't gonna do much damage at all, or any. All right, let's drop these other two.
Leave the link on this car. Be careful. Put the split one right
Yep.
down. The wind is coming up.
Yeah, feel it. It is.
Yeah, it was all funky inside. Starting to rot. It's pretty hard.
Yeah, it is definitely rotten in there. It laid down good.
Yep.
Move the tractor out of the way so we get this other. Hey Dan Raz, you'd be proud of that one. Look at them beauties. We got just one more tree at this spot to get. This one here on the edge. And then we got, I think, 1 or 2 up top, and we'll be done with dropping. Then we're gonna do, well, most of you would know what it is, but go through and do some limbing. Just go cut all the limbs off and leave them there. They'll rot and feed the forest floor. Give some of the smaller animals a room to hide in, some birds and stuff like that, and pull out the main trunks and branches.
Well, I got the most important part. I'm a rookie on this camera thing. I wasn't running to cutting the bird's mouth.
So Dad's up dropping a couple more trees. I'm back at some of the ones that we had cut already. And now I'm gonna come through and stuff like this right here, about 1 inch. Take all that off, all these little pieces here, all the way down through, and clean this all up. I'll probably cut it into maybe 2 or 3 sections, because the tractor can't haul this whole tree. Well, it might haul this one, but not all of them. So I got this log chunked in a, I don't know how long that is, 20 footer maybe, I'm guessing. And Dad's got the tractor up here. We try to fit into a hole somewhere. We're trying to find a way to back it in. Not sure if you guys have used one of these grappling hooks before, but they work pretty slick. Lifts up, it pinches right into the log. It lifts the log up in the air so the whole thing doesn't drag through the mud. And off he goes. Pull it out of the woods and go take it up to the landing that we cut on. We'll be out there getting hit with the sunlight, helping it dry out a little bit, and it makes it a lot less trips into the woods and a lot less mess in the woods too. So I got a phone call from my uncle as I was doing cutting the firewood and the logs, and he said, hey, you want a load? I've got a guy delivering a load of logs, and do you want him to bring you a load? And I said, sure. So this guy's got about 18 to 22 face cord on this truck, and he's up in the tower now. Check that out. So this is another way you can get firewood. Instead of cutting your own trees down and doing it all, you can just get it delivered. So let's see how this goes. And that's that. He's on his way out. Yeah, I don't know. It might have taken him about maybe 10 minutes at the most to unload that. And we've got, I told him to try to stay out of the ash if he could. I mean, I see some ash on there. I see some maple. Maybe a little bit of hickory in there. Anyway, it's a pretty good load. That probably, between that and what I've got for slabs, will probably do me. So the stuff that I'm cutting in the woods now will make sure I'm definitely warm all winter next year. My family is, but might be getting some to be ready for the following year. So it'll already be seasoned for the next year. So that's a load of logs to the house, and a little bit of dropping trees video. There we go. Maybe we'll get up to the woods in a little bit to do a little more work. It is July 20th, and I'm just finishing up the video on the firewood. This is where the big pile of logs was, and some of it's here cut and split. A lot of it's over here cut and split. I haven't brought the stuff down from the property yet. There's photos in here of the piles that are sitting there. It's all cut and split up there, ready to go. Just up there on the landing, drying in the sun. So we figure the slab wood, the truck that delivers here for that is 6 to 8 face cord on there, and I got 3 loads from him. So I'd say even if it was short, we've got about 15 face cord of slab wood, and then this was supposed to be 18 to 22 face cord of the logs, so go on the short side of that, 18 and 15 is 33 face cord, and I figure that up at the property on the landing there's probably at least another 12 to 14, give or take. So we've got about 45 face cord of wood. We usually burn about 20 some, so we should be golden for this winter. Just having the wood done is a big stress reliever. It's definitely nice to know that your family will be warm. I know a lot of people just turn the thermostat up, whether it's natural gas or propane or fuel oil or electric or however they do it. We have propane here, but our primary is the firewood, and gives us some exercise, and it's really warm, and it's well, some of it I paid for, some of it's free, some of it's labor intensive, but it's good. Anyway, so that's the video. We're trying to get some extra videos out here. I've got a bunch of recordings that I just need to edit, so it's time to get back to it a little bit now that I got the wood done, and hopefully we'll be doing some more fishing here soon and everything. We'll be able to get some videos of that. So however you heat or whatever, maybe in the comments below you could say, hey, I heat this way, or hey, yeah, I love burning firewood, or make a comment. It's nice to see. One of our videos, we had the puppy birthing video, actually has like 500 views, which is pretty cool. Joy told me that yesterday. I haven't really been paying attention, and but that was pretty fun. We're gonna probably put a video together of just all the little video clips and all the photos that we did throughout the time that the litter was here before they went home. So yeah, thanks for watching. We're getting closer to the 100 subscribers, so if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And like, subscribe, share the video, comment on the video, and I guess that's it. Remember, we love you, God loves you, and keep watching. We'll keep bringing them. Have a great one.